Hey guys, how's it going? Hey, I wanted to talk about a hot topic that everyone talks about all the time, and it is around dual cone intakes on your N54 BMW. What I'm going to talk to you about today is actually what I actually don't hear that much about. Now, I've had the dual cone intakes personally on my car, and I've tried other things too, so I'm going to kind of share those experiences as well. But I have had them on my car for the full time, 3.5 years. Now, I did add them on my car prior to a tune, and I'm going to kind of go into some of the differences. But what I'm going to really tell you today is really kind of why you should have them on your car versus, let's say, a stock airbox. And really what all the bias feedback that's out there, I'm going to really kind of hone in on really the important things as far as why you should have them. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this video started. All right, as we're talking about dual cone intakes, like I already mentioned on the car, thumbs up. So the main thing to have, the main key point around having these in here is one, here's the most important part that I'm going to share with you. They benefit if you have a tune. If you do not have a tune, you'll get some noise out of them, but that's really about it. You're not going to really gain much about them. Now, when you start adding a tune on, that's when the performance comes out. So really, okay, so stock boost is 8 pounds. Right now, my car will target 18 pounds easily with some ethanol mixed in. Now, with the stock airbox, here's the most important part. The most important part as far as getting those turbos to breathe, and this is where it gets into running inlets and all that kind of stuff, is that the turbos have to be able to breathe. You got to think that turbine has to get to 18 pounds or 15 pounds or whatever pounds what your tune is trying to push it at. If it just can't do it, it's just, you're putting a lot of strain on it. So when you have just the DCI on just the stock inlets, it can get to that PSI rate, that PSI kind of target so much easier, and it doesn't really strain it that much. And now, point example. So all the hype that I always saw before, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and switch back to the stock intake box and do like a drop-in filter. It ran okay, but point example, as far as I would floor it, and it just like mid-range was like, you know, down low was okay, but mid-range it was kind of like kicking up a little bit, and then it was just like top end seemed like it was just lagging a little bit. And I ran that for probably about 2 weeks, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and throw the DCIs back on just to see if I feel a difference. That mid-range would kick in, just top end, just kept pulling. I mean, it's just things like that. The stock airbox can only flow so much. It's good stock, and that's about it. When you start adding 15 pounds to 18 pounds to 20 pounds or whatever you're trying to get at, that stock airbox is going to have those limitations, and that's the problem. That's the whole point I like try to make to certain folks that ask me these questions about the DCIs. Is just like, your turbos are working that much harder. Why not make them breathe a little bit better? Yeah, they may not look at the greatest in the engine bay. I agree, but you know what? If it's cheap horsepower, and it's the cheapest intakes on the market that actually do the results. There's no need to spend $300 on an intake. You're getting that much more power. 15, 20 wheel horsepower when tuned, if not more. Some people spike a lot higher than that with these. So it's just a good add-on part that will get the most out of your car if you're tuned and it doesn't break the bank. I mean, let's think about when we're trying to add stuff to our car and get the most performance out of it. Now, here's the next spin-off. Now, if you go the inlet route, which I can go into that video, that install's a lot more extensive, but that even opens it up even that much more. So you really have to decide if you're going to do inlets or you're just going to do the dual cone intakes, because the inlets do come with like a dual cone intake right on it. So you don't want to purchase that and then turn around and say, you know what, I'm going to get inlets, because then you won't use them anymore depending on the inlet that you choose. So that's a whole nother topic. So you have to really decide as far as, you know what, am I just doing a tune on this car and just the DCI just for right now and maybe inlets down the road? Then get the DCI. But if you're a really gearhead guy, gal, or whatever, and you're like, you know what, I want top horsepower, get the inlets. I'll go over kind of that video as well as far as kind of the different ones, what to get. So that's definitely a video to come, and really kind of those experiences from there. So guys, dual cone intakes, great. They work awesome. My car targets boost so easy. It gets to 18 pounds, no problem. And that is still with, you know, the stock exhaust, the stock downpipe, stock everything pretty much, besides a few other things. And really, that is kind of the key thing that I wanted to point out. Heat soak, don't listen to heat soak. The whole thing is that it's trying to get to breathe better. It's already hot as it is in the engine bay, and the air is going right to the turbos. The turbos are extremely hot. End of story. Well guys, I know this is just a kind of a quick little kind of video, but here's my review, what I feel about it, what I like about it. Awesome product, gets you the horsepower that you need, and really everything in general. And definitely if you want to go ahead and purchase those, please be sure to go to burgermotorsports.com, or actually sorry, burgertuning.com. It'll come up with the same results if you go to Google. Or you can find them used on N54tech.com. They do go fast because people sell them for like $40, $50 or less shipped. So definitely check that out as well. Well guys, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers and all your guys' feedback. And I will see you on the next video. See ya.